let's talk about products that you might be using right now that are actually giving you acne, that might be actually hurting your skin more than it's benefiting your skin. The first one are cream and liquid substance makeups. For instance, if you have a bad primer, I don't like talking bad about companies. There will be a few companies I'm going to mention, but you know, I don't really like talking bad about people, so I'm not going to mention some of them. This is an example of a primer that is extremely oily, and I can just tell you is going to make your face probably break out if you have sensitive skin. Some people have leather perfect skin, their pores are super tight, and they're not going to break out if you put lard on their face. Dude, awesome. I'm not one of those people. I need to monitor what I put on my face, and I can tell you that certain primers you want to test on your hand before you purchase them. What else are you putting on your face? Dirty brushes. Dirty brushes. This is just a dirty brush that I have that has not been cleaned. It's been dipped in powders so many times. Who knows if my face was ready? Meaning if it was washed and oil-free. Who knows if one of my friends didn't borrow it and I forgot because she did it a while ago and her face and her oil production is much different than mine. Who knows? So you need to make sure that you're washing your brushes all the time. And I mean it. I never used to take this seriously. I would only say about 6 months ago I went into the I think it was Sephora or Bare Minerals store, and they're like, you need to buy our brush wash and you need to be washing your brushes once a month. And I was like, okay. So I've been doing that and it's definitely worth it. So dirty brushes like this. Any makeup, this is going to be used as an example for 2 different ones, a good and a bad. But any makeup that is a liquid form that you are shoving into your skin. Even if you put this on the back of your hand and you go like this and you're like rubbing this oily product, this oil wet product into your pores. Cream-based concealers. Cream-based concealers are definitely something that if you're already having an acne issue and your pore is upset and it's sunken in like this, you know, you have normal pores that kind of go in, but when you have a pimple you have that rounded edge and then you have kind of a sunken in pore, or if it's ready to be popped it's kind of elongated out. But when you put on concealer on top of that, you're just aggravating not only that pore that's already upset, but surrounding pores around it so that it can get filled up with that makeup and create an acne problem as well. So cream-based concealers you want to stick away from. I do have to say 2 companies that have always given me a problem. I don't even have one of the companies in my possession because I threw it away back when I was like 19 and I never visit that counter anymore, even though I am a makeup, I don't want to say guru, but I'm a makeup lover, is MAC. Most MAC products, especially MAC powders and wet concealers, have given me a problem. I've tried their mineral wet foundation before that didn't make me break out, but I just didn't like the coverage. And another company that just is, we're trying to become friends, I'm giving her chances, and she has great eyeshadows and great lip products, but when it comes to facial products, we're just not the best of friends, and that's Laura Mercier. Here is a powder that I have from her, and I will use this on my friends when I'm doing their makeup if they have really good skin, but for me, there's something about Laura Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer Foundation, loose powders, and pressed powders that just aggravate my skin, and it will give me little breakout spots around. So Laura Mercier, you and I, we got some working out to do. We gotta mend our relationship. Also, let me go back really fast. These sponge things were like the new rave for a long time, and I jumped on the bandwagon. But then I was thinking about it. I'm shoving, I don't want to put the dirty stuff on my face, I'm shoving this makeup deep within my pores, and I'm expecting not to break out. So I'm throwing this method out the door. I don't even know if I would use it on my friends when I'm doing their makeup. Luckily I didn't buy the super expensive one, so it's not too much of a loss here. How do I apply my makeup? I've talked so much trash on dirty brushes, sponges, and brushes to apply wet foundation. How do I apply my makeup? Guess what? With my hands. Guess what I do? I use antibacterial soap before I get my foundation on, and then I dry my hands off. Sometimes I'll even put a little bit of toner on my fingertips just to make sure I get rid of any oil and grease. Let that dry, and then go ahead and put on my primer, my Bare Minerals primer, and then my wet foundation. and that's how I apply my wet foundation. I only started wearing wet foundation, and I only wear the Dior Skin Nude for probably about 6 to 8 months now. I wouldn't even say that, actually. I would say 4 to 6 months now, because I was so scared of wet foundations because, you know, I finally got my skin to be the way I wanted it to be. But I found a good product, and I found a method that works for me, and that's using my hands after washing them, and a good product that I stand by. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and there are products you can still use that are makeup that have a dual acting acne fighter as well, and I'm so excited about these products for you guys. I want to share them with you. Now, I said I was going to use her again, so the Rimmel Stay Matte Skin Pure Complex Clarifying Matte Foundation is awesome. You guys, it's awesome coverage, and I think it has salicylic acid in it too. It is fragrance-free, paraben-free, oil-free. It's awesome, and it is also skin clarifying, and it's matte for double the coverage. So I absolutely suggest this product for a very cheap alternative. I think this is like $6 at Target. Neutrogena just came out with a line called the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder, and I think they have a foundation as well, and they also have a concealer. So here's a way to use a wet cream concealer with salicylic acid and with acne fighting ingredients, and you can go ahead. I wouldn't use the sponge thing on the end of here, because if you're putting it on your acne is already, you know, doing whatever, and you don't want to get that germs on the sponge and then reuse it in other places. So I would take it off. I'd put it, like, the back of your hand is your makeup's artist palette. I would put it on the back of your hand, dip, and then dip it on where you need to go, but that's a different story. So here's Neutrogena Micro Clear, what is it called, skin clearing product number 1. They also have a wet foundation, but I don't own that. And then they also have a skin clearing mineral powder that you can wear. And this is a normal mineral powder, but it has salicylic acid in it, which is a acne fighting ingredient, which is awesome. As well as my favorite Bare Minerals. When I started this journey of wanting to clear up my skin, I didn't really know where to start. I was using cream-based concealers. I was using, like I said, any moisturizer I can get my hands on. I wasn't using an acne fighting cleanser, and I was using whatever foundation I thought looked good. But I had to put all those aside. I saw a dermatologist, I saw the skin professional at Sephora, and I had a mentor, older girlfriend, that taught me these things, and I started on my journey with Bare Minerals. Now, Bare Minerals has a concealer that's a powder based, because remember, you don't really want a cream consistency, and so I use their Bare Minerals powder based concealer. I use the color Bisque or Summer Bisque in the summer, and they also have an amazing foundation. I'm sure almost every single one of you know about their foundation. The color Matte will still give you the cleanness of the product, so it doesn't clog your pores, but a great coverage and a perfect, you know, overall mattifying look. And they also have the original. So I started on that journey, and I really have to say that it kind of changed everything. I was able to wear makeup, fix my skin, and now I cannot wear any makeup when I don't want to. Another thing that I don't have out here, I'm bummed, but is self-tanner. Now, Clarins makes a self-tanner that I've shown you in another video that I really, really love, and that can be used as like basically an overall makeup for like 3 days, meaning when you get out of the shower, put your self-tanner on your face, let it dry for at least 20 minutes before you put on any makeup, and then you can, that'll last for about 2 to 3 days with constant washing. Even with your salicylic acid clean and clear acne wash, that self-tanner still stays on there, and it's kind of like an overall shield of color. So if you have any redness, it'll help you get rid of your redness. If you have any, you know, problem areas or dark spots, it's almost like having a constant powder on your face or a constant foundation on your face, and it just kind of stays there until your next shower, and depending on how thick you put it on, you know, how many days. That's kind of it, you guys. I've been really fortunate to be able to explore all these products, and I've been there at about 18 with hormonal few spot acnes in my T-zone, and now I'm 24, and I can really say that I love my skin, and I only wear my makeup for talking to you guys, hanging out, going out with Jake, and, you know, events, but when it comes to school or just homework days or whatever, I'm makeup free because I've taken the necessary steps to kind of clear up my skin. So I hope this helped you guys. If you guys have any questions, ask me below, and I will let you guys go. I have some really, 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 really exciting news to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys tomorrow. I'm going to film again tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys later. See ya!